Oh, let me tell you something, ladies. We're having surgery next week, so it's my night to go. Let's go! Let's go! Hi everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 13, Episode 14, Blow Up. Okay, at the end of this video, I have a very important announcement to make. So you are not going to want to miss that. Don't forget to stick around to the very end. Okay, let's get started. We are still in Jamaica. It is day 2 and still no AC. I never thought I would say this, but am I a bigger prima donna than these housewives? Because I wouldn't stay there. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't even with the heat. I can't. So the ladies are in their rooms. It's the evening and they're getting ready to go out. It must be that same night when they got home from the rafting trip, I guess. In Penthouse B, the sorority penthouse, Gina's doing her hair and Emily's doing her makeup or something. And they're talking about Fun Shannon. Oh, hope we see Fun Shannon tonight. Oh yeah, I hope we see Fun Shannon too. And Gina goes, why do we have to wait for Fun Shannon? I'm Fun Gina all the time. Are you though? Anyway, Gina goes, I predict that Shannon and I are going to be best friends tonight. And Emily goes, oh yeah, tonight's your night. It's happening. Anyway, so Gina, Emily, Kelly, and Tamra are all ready. They're in the bus and they're waiting on Shannon and Vicky, and they decide to go on ahead to the restaurant without them because Tamra reported that, they're still 20 minutes out. They're hot and they're having a hard time getting ready. And so they go on ahead. You know what I'm thinking? I would have gotten ready in the bus because the bus is the only air conditioning those ladies have had so far. And who wants to put on makeup when you're all sweaty? That's miserable. So Vicky and Shannon finally do arrive, but I guess it's quite late, maybe over an hour late. Right away, Shannon's Shannon wants to get her drink on because when she gets home, she's having eyelid surgery. That all-important surgery. Actually, she said her upper and lower eyelids. What is your lower eyelid? Under your eye? This just occurred to me. This woman who is crying about having to move out of her rented home and moving the kids around all the time. It's all about the kids. She doesn't want to have to move those kids around all the time. Here's a thought. Hold off on your eyelid surgery and buy a house. I get frustrated like that, but then in the next breath, I think, oh God, I don't want you any other way, Shannon. I don't. I just want you exactly the way you are. Okay, so soon after that, Tamra asks Kelly about her dating life and, have you dated anybody here in Jamaica yet? Kelly is going through a litany of very corny pickup lines. Oh, is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants. I didn't understand, was that a line she gives to guys or that guys give to her? But the weird thing that's going on right now is that during this conversation, Shannon is mumbling under her breath, this is a riveting conversation. So riveting. I'm glad I came out tonight. What are you complaining about? I don't know. In the confessional, Tamra thinks it's because the attention isn't on Shannon, but I found it weird. Anyway, kind of right after that, Gina and Emily are, wanting to see Fun Shannon. Come on, we want to see Fun Shannon. And Shannon hates that because she mentioned that when she was out to lunch with Kelly. Do you remember that? She said, oh, and what's with Emily who keeps saying, I can't wait to see Fun Shannon. And she goes, well, where's Fun Emily? So anyway, she's hating this. Shannon goes, let's be clear. I'm always Fun Shannon. The lack of self-awareness with these women is incredible to me. You're always Fun Shannon? Okay. Anyway, Gina said, well, that may be, but just not to me then. And Shannon says to her, did Tamara tell you that I'm not good with change? And Tamara goes, yeah, I did. But Gina feels like you're not even giving her a chance. Shannon goes, what? What are you talking about? We had a great dinner. And Bravo shows us like 5 weeks earlier, Gina and Shannon are out to dinner, and it is bad. It's just this, like, the two of them are just eating in awkward silence. It's so funny. So Shannon goes, I have a lot of new stuff happening in my life. There's a lot of new going on. Vicky's making fun of Shannon's hand gestures, then Emily's making fun of Shannon's hand gestures, and Gina's like, so do I. I'm going through a ton of new stuff, so let's do new together. Gina, by the way, I think is sloshed at this point. I don't mean that like Bravo's making a point of showing us that she's like slamming the drinks back, but I don't know if she's slurring. I'm feeling like Gina is well lubricated at this point. So Shannon's reply to that is like rattling off this laundry list of all the things she's doing in her life that are making her so busy. So Emily jokingly goes, oh, so no time for you, I guess, Gina. Shannon turns to Emily, don't put words in my mouth. And Gina's like, yeah, you don't have time to just say, hey, how are ya? How you doing? Just like a friend, you know? Tamara's my friend. Tamara calls, asks me how I'm doing. She's busy too. She gives me the time of day. She looks at me. And Shannon goes, yeah, Tamara is like one of my best friends. So Gina's reply is, yeah, and you don't even check in on her. You didn't even call her when her husband had heart surgery. So really, what kind of a good friend are you? Oh. And Shannon goes, are you serious right now? And Gina's like, yeah, I'm serious. Shannon, you're gonna criticize? And then Tamara, shh. Vicky, shh. Everyone's like trying to shush her down because they're in a restaurant. So Shannon goes, you're gonna criticize my friendship with Tamara right now? Tamara will tell you I'm a very good friend. Shannon is just using every ounce of self-control to not completely explode. Gina, calm as a cucumber and maybe drunk, sits back and goes, okay, let's let Tamara tell her. Oh, now it's getting good because Tamara, who talks behind everybody's back, doesn't really want to be confronted. So there's this awkward silence, and Kelly, girl, none of your business, but I loved that you were butting in, goes, yeah, Tamara, tell her. Go ahead, tell her. Here's Tamara. What? Shannon, well, if you'll all excuse me, I'm going to use the ladies' room. And she gets up and goes, you know, Vicky's going to follow her. And Tamara goes, no, I got this. So Tamara goes after her. They're in the bathroom. How dare you? I've been there for you. And actually, in Shannon's defense, her biggest argument right now is that we already had this conversation. You already confronted me about not calling when Eddie had his surgery. I apologized. I promised I wouldn't do it again. Like, we were good. We hashed it out, and I thought we were done, and apparently we're not. And I think that's really what was bothering Shannon. It would bother me too. While they're in the bathroom talking, the other four are kind of like ready to call it a night, and I guess the restaurant was closing too. So they're leaving, get on the bus. Vicky and Kelly come into the bathroom and they're like, you guys, the restaurant's closing, we gotta go. So everybody gets on the awkward bus. Fortunately, it's only like a 10-15 minute ride. Tamara's trying to talk to Shannon and say, you know, I'm doing this for you. Like, I just think you need to stop being so negative in your life. It's not good for you. You know, she wasn't hearing it. She's getting upset and crying. And Gina, who happened to be across the aisle from Shannon, kind of reaches over and pats her arm and comforts her and says, oh, you know, listen, I didn't want it to turn into this. I don't want you crying. I don't like that you're upset. And she's like, I appreciate that. This becomes really not about Gina and Shannon at all. Even though that was the catalyst for all this, this is now, in Shannon's mind, this is no longer about Gina at all. It's about Tamra. When they get back to the hotel, Vicky says, so do you guys just want to go to bed? You want to have a nightcap? Yes, that's a great idea. Let's add some alcohol to this situation. I think that'll solve everything. So they do end up going to the hotel bar, but before that, Shannon stalks off, threatening the film crew, do not follow me, do not follow me, and then like pulling her microphone wires out of her Spanx. And yeah, this is the second time Shannon has pulled that move this season, stalking off and ripping off her microphone. So they let her go, and the rest of them are sitting at the hotel bar, like I said, having shots of tequila. And pretty quickly after that, Gina and Emily decide to go back up to the room. So Vicky, Kelly, and Tamra are sitting there, and of course they're discussing Shannon and the possibility that she might need to go on an antidepressant. Vicky shares with us that she was on one after her divorce from Don. Yeah, we know, Vicky. You never should have done that. You regret it, and probably regret it to this day. Is Don in a relationship with somebody else? Do any of you guys know? Because they probably should get back together. Although Don was a sweetheart. So for his own sake, he's probably better off. But I think that's what Vicky really needs. She needs a second chance with Don. Anyway, so she had taken antidepressants to get her through that time. And she said, it was just to like get me over the hump of it. Really helped me. I don't know what they're talking about, Shannon, and how negative she is, and the day-to-day and the yelling, and she's needy and everything else. And Kelly goes, yeah, I mean, it makes me feel sorry for David. Now, I have said that before I knew what a horrible monster of a human being David was. I did feel some compassion because I thought he was just beat down. Yes, dear. I don't know if any of you guys watched my recaps of Orange County last season, but I did compare David to Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh because it's just, yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. That was David's demeanor for about the last 18 months of their marriage. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, so now they all go back to the rooms, and Vicky is on the phone. Finally, hallelujah, Vicky is on the phone with management, getting them into some rooms with air conditioning. Why did it take that long? So they found them a couple of villas for them to stay in. So they're all packing up to move to go to the villas. And they're trying to talk to Shannon. She's just really angry, not in the mood to talk, and she wants to go off on Tamra. And she's like, why are you still talking to other people about a situation that we had that you and I had resolved? And Tamra goes, I'm not still talking about it. And she's like, well, you told Gina today about it, and you told Kelly when you guys were on the rafts. And of course, Bravo can show us back where Tamra was talking about it. And of course she was talking about it, because that's what Tamra does. So, Kelly's like, stop. Now Shannon, that's just making Shannon get louder, and she is acting like a caged animal right now. She's turning on Vicky. You all think I'm so selfish? I'm not I am a good friend. I am kind. Yes, you are. You are. We know you are. They're all of them, Vicky and Kelly, and they're all going, yes, you are a good friend. And then she turns to Vicky, and I was there for you. And Vicky's like, were ya? She's trying to tell Vicky that she's always had her back. And to the confession cam, Vicky's like, Shannon, I love you, but no, you did not have my back. Bravo takes us back to the reunion 2016 where Shannon Shannon looks at Vicky and she goes, I will never speak to you again. Vicky, I'm good with that. So at this point, Kelly's like, you are going to give yourself a freaking heart attack. You've got to calm down. Then Shannon's back to the, you have no idea what I go through every day. Oh my God, it is a broken record. I believe that David is behaving monstrously. I believe it because that is his character. He's a cheater, he's a liar, he's a jerk. But you are going to have to find a way to get over it, Shannon, for your own sake and for your girls. You gotta figure it out. And if it's through therapy and antidepressants, okay, so be it. Get the help you need. Anyway, when she gives that line again, you have no idea, both Kelly and Tamara are like, we know. We've been through divorces too. We know how bad they can get. You know, not like hers though. Nobody's ever had it as bad as hers. You know, Simon, I'm sorry, Simon was no prize. If you guys remember Tamara's ex, he was a controlling nightmare and psychologically controlling. It was, he was bad. Anyway, Kelly goes, you know, we're just trying to help. And Tamara said, yes, you cry every single night. Well, she took exception to that. I do not anymore. I do not cry every night anymore. You're telling people I still cry every single night. I haven't cried in weeks. And she's just super upset about that. And Kelly said, you know, I mean, maybe if you just took something, it would help even you out. And, oh, I'm not doing that, Shannon says. I'm not taking something. I'm not doing that. And Vicky goes, you know, it helped me. It helped me get through my divorce with Don. Shannon, I am not taking anything. And she's losing control again. And she goes, what is this? What is this, a straitjacket intervention? I can feel my pain. I have the right to feel my pain. And she is like so out of it that she's like, you know what, Kelly? And Kelly's standing there. And then she goes, you know what, Tamara? I don't know if she forgot what she was going to say to Kelly or if she realized she had something better to say to Tamara. Oh my God. Now Tamara has hit her limit. She loses it. She throws something. It's off camera. I don't know what she throws. And she screams at Shannon, shut up and listen for once in your life. Now Shannon gets all quiet. Oh, for once in my life. Really? I do listen. Tamara leaves and she's packing in the other room because they're getting ready to go to the cool room. Then we see these like dueling confessionals between Tamara and Kelly. Both of them are saying how, you know, Shannon gets crazy. She calls us. If we don't answer, she calls the other one. If they don't answer, she just keeps going back and forth between the two of them until somebody responds to her. She's super needy and all she wants to do is bitch and complain all the time, and she wants them to be like at her beck and call. Well, that night doesn't end well, and Shannon says, I'm going to bed, and I guess she's going to stay in the hot room. I don't know why, but everybody else goes to the new place. Next, it is day 3, and we wake up in the morning and everyone is fresh as a daisy because they are in the cool, air-conditioned new villas, and it's Villa 1 and Villa 2. They've still kept the same groupings. So Kelly is with Emily and Gina in Villa 1, and in Villa 2, well, it's just Tamara and Vicky because Shannon stayed in the old hot room. They wake up in the morning and they're like ordering breakfast, and Vicky looks like she was shaving. And the only reason I'm saying that is because she's got like cream, like a mask on her face, but it's only like from here down. It's not her forehead area or above her eyes. So to just have this white like all around the lower part of her face, Looks like shaving cream. Anyway, it's a little weird. She wants to order breakfast for Shannon, and Tamara's basically over Shannon. She's like, I can't with her right now. So the plan for the day is that they are going on a bus. Like now this is like an hour and a half bus ride. And they are going to, I guess, the bobsled place where the Jamaican bobsled team, I guess, practiced for the Olympics. And there's a waterfall there or something. So that's what they're going to do for the day. So we see Vicky pick up the phone and she's calling Shannon. She gets her voicemail. Actually, it goes right to voicemail. And she said, hey, it's Vicky. Listen, I just, we're getting ready to go on the trip today, the bobsled and everything. And I really want you to come. But if you don't want to, I will stay back with you because I don't want anyone to be alone today. So just, let me know what you want to do. I hope you want to come with us. But if not, I'll stay back. So there's no reply. Now the other girls come over because they're ready to go. They come to their villa. And Kelly said the same thing, that I was reaching out to her all night, several times. I tried to contact her. She's no reply, nothing. So they just all decide to go. So like I said, it's this hour-long bus ride. And the driver is giving some facts and information while they're driving along. He's pointing things out. And they're asking him questions too. And there's one, I might have missed it, but I'm not sure if he pointed out a church or they were just talking about churches. Kelly asked if it was Catholic or Church of England that was like, I guess, the predominant religion there. And he said, oh, all religions. And he starts, naming a bunch. And somebody said Mormon. And he said, yes, Mormon. And Emily said, oh, my people. And he said, yes, white people. Oh, it was very cute, but Emily was like mortified. And she's like, no, not white people. I said, my people. To the confessional, Emily goes, oh my God, I would never scream out white people. Oh God, that was so funny. So while they're still on the bus, Tamara had apparently been texting with Eddie. And she just can't wait to share the conversation with everybody there. This is why Tamara's a monster, okay? Tamara is supposed to be such a good friend to Shannon. And apparently she is, because they are still friends today. If you follow either of them on Instagram or social media, they're friends. But I would not want a friend like Tamara, okay? So she said, I texted Eddie about what happened with Shannon last night, and that finally confronting her. And Eddie's reply, she's reading it to everyone. She loves that, she's just eating this up. And she's like, Eddie's reply, good, it's about time. I love Kelly's reactions. Oh, she's like gasping. Yeah, and it's about time you gave her a piece of your mind, babe. Good for you and all this stuff. Like, Vicky, believe it or not, is the one who finally said, yeah, I don't really want to talk about this all day. Basically, she's saying we shouldn't talk about her behind her back. So they get to the bobsled place, and I know there's been a lot of controversy on social media about Vicky's outfit. It is a bathing suit with a lot of like sheer lacy panels with lacy pants that go over it. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. It's not. It's ugly. The controversy is about Vicky's size and it not being good for her body type. That I'm going to disagree with. Everybody should feel good about themselves at whatever size they are, and everybody should wear what they feel comfortable in. And if it makes her feel kind of whatever it makes her feel, if she feels good about herself in it, then more power to her. So I'm not going to get on her about that. I'm only going to say that that is butt ugly, in my opinion. It looked cheap. Yeah, it was... I don't know how to explain this, but it looked scratchy to me too. I'm sure it was expensive. It just didn't look expensive. That's all I'm going to say. There's a scene with her twerking that I'm reluctant to show you because it is seared into my brain. And I those of you who don't watch the show, I don't really want to sear it into your brains, but I am going to I am going to show you. Let me just say this. It's just a photo that I'm showing you. So I am sparing you from the live action. Okay? You can thank me for that, and then you can be mad at me for this. We see him on the bobsleds. Vicky and Kelly are sharing one. Tamara and Emily are sharing one, and Gina's in a thing by herself. And it's funny because the two pairs that are going, I don't know if the first person in the front is the one steering it and the one in the back is just along for the ride. Maybe, I guess. But in the one that Vicky's driving, Kelly is like screaming that she's going so fast, and they're whoosh, whoosh, whooshing through, and the music that Bravo's playing in the background is like, do, 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 do. You know, it's like exciting music, and you can tell they're going fast, and they're screaming. And then in the one that Emily is driving, Tamara's in the back, and Tamara's like screaming that Emily's going too fast, and you know, they're swooshing through the trees, and then you see Gina on the one by herself. No music. Gina just going, oh, this just doesn't go very fast. And she's just poking along through the jungle, along the track. Oh my gosh. So when the ride ends, they're going to have lunch, but there's also a gift shop there. So they stop at the gift shop first, and they're all picking out souvenir clothing and stuff like that. And Vicky is buying a t-shirt or a tank top for Shannon. And I don't know if this was just shade Bravo was throwing by showing this, or if Vicky was throwing this shade, but Vicky points out a shirt and she's like, oh no, I need that in extra large. No, it has to be an extra large. Oh no, it's not for me. It's for my friend, Shannon. It has to be extra large for her tummy. Shannon, you might need some new friends. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out, in what scenario do you have to explain to the clerk that you need an extra large for your friend's tummy? Yeah, other than to be shady, I don't see why you had to explain that to the clerk. Anyway. So now they are sitting down to have lunch, and nobody still has heard from Shannon. And I don't know if it's Vicky or Kelly or Tamara, somebody says, I'm really getting worried about her because she's not replying to any of our texts. And to the confession cam, Gina's like, why do we have to feel bad for her? I don't get it. It's the frickin' Shannon show again. She's got a lot of money. She's got business deals. She's got best friends. Okay, maybe you're 10 pounds overweight. Get over it. You're not bedridden. Side note, this confessional look for Gina is so much better. Gina is too pretty for that Latter-day Saints sister-wife look she had going on in the last one. So then Vicky, again, ever the caring friend, shares with the entire group that when she went back to the room the night before to get her things to bring to the villa, that Shannon was there pouring herself a vodka. So the general consensus is that she's medicating herself with alcohol. Shannon's gonna love hearing this back. I think Kelly said, so that's her pain medication. And she's like, alcohol can be a depressant. And Tamara's like, yeah, you shouldn't drink alcohol when you're depressed. And Vicky says, I think she needs us. And that's where we end. Next week is the third and possibly final episode in Jamaica. So we are not going to want to miss that. Okay, time for viewer questions. Not too many questions this week, but just a couple of short comments that I wanted to share with you. The first one is from Suzanne Batanovic. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, you guys. Maybe from now on, you should just spell your names phonetically for me because I'm an idiot. But Suzanne said, okay, so full confession, I used to be a production coordinator. So I'm wondering why the ladies aren't sitting together on their flight to Jamaica. It's not that hard to do. And there is a film industry in Jamaica. They could have gotten a massive generator and pumped AC into those 2 hotel rooms. Interesting. I love when people know things like behind the scenes of a show or how things work on a show that I don't, that I can share with you guys too. So that's interesting to me. I too thought it seemed weird that they weren't sitting together on the plane. I don't think I can recall any other ladies' trip where they weren't sitting together, where they were separated like that. So what do you guys think happened? Also interesting about, that they could have pumped air conditioning into those rooms. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Why those ladies couldn't have air conditioning in these beautiful penthouse suites. That seemed fishy to me. That almost makes me wonder if Bravo wasn't creating an issue for the ladies to have to deal with. You think? I mean, I'm not saying they broke it on purpose. I'm just saying not getting it fixed and seeing how they deal with being in the hot rooms. Was that I don't know. It was stupid. It just seems stupid to me. But Suzanne, thank you for your comment. And next from Deborah Brunson, who noticed, eagle eyes, noticed that the green screen picture that I picked last week, over my shoulder on this side, there was a little like a brown house, some kind of structure that looked like it was tipping over into the water. Deborah said, why does the wood house behind your left shoulder look like it's falling over? So I didn't know what she was talking about. I went back and looked and I was like, oh, it does. It looks like it was like in an earthquake and it's now going to like fall right into the ocean. But then C. Logan came to the rescue and explained to us that it's just that it's like a steeply pitched roof and then they had like dormers coming out and it made it look like it was sloping into the water, but really it's not. And then I could see it the way C. Logan explained it. And I got it. So good question, Deborah. And C, thank you for explaining it to us. And from Amy Glatt, who said, I could have gone the rest of my life without knowing Vicky needs sex 4 times a day. Yeah, girl, I feel ya. And now it's only made worse by the visual of her twerking in that lace getup. So Amy, you are not alone. Also, I would like to do something new, and that is to give a little shout out to my new subscribers. C Walks, Viewer Blue, Tamara Dillon, Tamara, spelled just like Tamara Judge. I love that I got a Tamara to subscribe to me during Orange County. Love it. Jamalia Brashears, Valerie Tucker, Winona Bones, Mike Theophilus, OSCY 3000DS, Monica Lewis, and Kitty Johnson. Welcome and thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, last but not least, I have something to tell you guys. One of the cast members of The Real Housewives of Orange County has reached out to me. I'm not going to tell you who. You guys can put your guesses down below. Not necessarily from this season, and this could be like a peripheral character, but I will say that you all will know who this person is. On Wednesday, October 31st at 1 p.m. Central Time, Halloween, I am going to have a special video where I reveal who this person is. So if you're watching this video on the day it first aired, which is October 29th, 2018, it's just 2 days away. If you haven't already clicked on the bell, go to Jill Inform's homepage, click on that bell icon down in the corner. That'll give you a notification every time I have a new video come out. And this is one I do not think you're going to want to miss. Okay? That's all I'm going to say for now. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and do not forget to comment down below. I want to know who you think sent me an email. And as always, I hope you will join me next Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Bye-bye.